you are watching this, because I know down, manifestation, or since I'm, in the field of neuroscience and psychology and behavioral science, maybe you want more of that. So let me know in terms of a series idea that you would like me to go through. And again, or maybe go, it's going to be, again, just diving into, I think, two important ways in which our mind works today. And it's because Neville actually encourages us. He says, listen, you need to be aware of where your mind's going throughout the day. So first, like circumstances are like, oh my God, this person back, or I'm on the verge of being homeless and I need a house, or my car broke down and, my parents aren't supporting me. Manifestation as a Band-Aid. But if you take manifestation seriously, it's a symptom checker. That's really what manifestation is. It is not just, I'm going to get something out of it. Show you, because remember, what does Neville say? The world is a mirror. So why is it a mirror? Well, what does the mirror do? It shows you and reflects back to you who you are and what you are and how you see in the world and how you perceive some sort of meaning. Okay? Give it some sort of value. All right. And that comes from a value system. Maybe a person doesn't mind showing off a little, like, okay, that's part of your value system. Some people do mind, right? So, and that's but as in the grammatical term, B-U-T, right? And because your brain is active, your brain is a symptom checker, I can't say that word, a symptom checker. Hashtag symptom checker. All right. So, my goodness. So, I'm just trying to figure out how many times I'm going to say so before the next word comes. But, sorry, now I'm laughing at myself. But it is a symptom checker. And the reason why it's important to actually hear that is because you're not really meant to look at manifestation as a vending machine. Okay. I know many people will probably walk away from even this conversation because they're going to look at it as, I just want stuff. Like, I just want things. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with achieving your desires. In fact, Neville says that the idea of you getting good at manifestation, like manifesting, oh my gosh, so manifesting up to your power. It wakes you up to your ability, your own victim mentality. If manifestation is lifelong. So when Neville challenges us with his idea of, hey, be aware of where your mind is going day in and day out, hear that because they think, oh my gosh, that's exhausting. It's only exhausting because we've been taught that our brain doesn't do anything. It's just there, right? Yes, we've been taught it's actively processing stuff, but we haven't been taught that we're the ones who are supposed to guide it. Right? And that's what I mean. So yes, we are the ones who act. And that is you realizing, okay, my power is I've got to actually be actively aware and guiding my states, right? And states are beliefs. Beliefs are a body of thoughts, okay? And so it's a way of you seeing yourself in the world, all right? Now, let's go to the power of but, because this is super important. And I'm actually uploading a video just now, actually, as we talk about this very thing. So go check that out. I give you an NLP technique as well. And I'll give the same one to also produce the ego. Okay. So the ego in psychological terms, and I'm big, but the ego really, when you just kind of, and a gift. Okay. You're not going to hear that of ego death. Get rid of the ego. The ego is the enemy. Blah, 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 blah. No. There's nothing wrong with being protected. Like when okay, the ego, right? Now, I'm not against people trying to see what they're capable of doing with the law, right? Or agree with that. Like, no, law of gravity, that's what it is, right? But even the knowledge of gravity, what we know of gravity has changed, right? The reason why I say all this is because you have to fully grasp that if your mind is designed to but, which means, and I'll give you an example to make sense of this. It's, oh, I want a new house, but my current's breaking down. But, right, so your mind is going to causation, which means your mind wants to make sense of what's happening in this world and never to forget this world, right? He doesn't say don't interact with it. He doesn't say that events aren't happening. It isn't about that, okay? What he's saying is that you don't spotlight it, okay? That's what So when you're like a teenager and you're trying to manifest moving out of your house, it is, but you're going back home and you're still complaining and fighting and arguing and doing all this kind of stuff. You're like, oh, I love this place. It's just not going to happen, right? And so because we're always looking at but, so we're like, oh, you know what? I want a better job in it. So if the current job is what causes you to desire a better job, that's okay, right? Like talk about, it's okay. And that is ultimately what you want to do is say, oh, okay, it's okay to want. There's nothing wrong with that. If you want, then you don't need to desire, right? But you have to start with desire, but you don't stay in desire. And, but I am wealthy, but my bank account need to go get a second job to pay for the bill right now, then go do that. I get that that's hard. That's why this is training. Manifestation with stuff that you consider big, and I would actually get rid of that language, by the way, because your brain manifesting shoelaces is the same. Mentally interpreting as different is what makes it different, not the objects themselves, okay? And so that is extremely key. Now, when your brain goes to, I'm living the best life ever, but that hasn't happened yet. You're still accounting, that hasn't happened, and this is going on, and this is going on, okay? So then you're still living in the ego. Remember, the ego isn't the enemy, the ego, so why is it protecting you? Because it's trying to say, dude, you might fail, and so I'm gonna keep you from failing, right? So I'm gonna throw in the word but, and yes, this actually is how it works, right? Linguistically as well. Your ego does and can train you to talk certain ways, right? And that's what the Bible calls the old man. Yes, you let that part of your ego die, but that doesn't mean that there's a new part of your ego that won't show up to protect you. So for example, if you do manifest riches and wealth and financial stability, the ego is going to come in and be like, make smart decisions, right? And so it's going to protect you. That's what it's going to do. It's functionally there for the rest of your life. So don't vilify entering the word but, all right? Because everything's energy, right? And I don't say that in some woo-woo new age sense. Everything is energy in the scientific sense. And so what you're doing is every time you say I want, or I assume I have my big house. I assume I have the best job ever. I assume I have the energy coming out of your body, okay? And then every time you say but, it cuts off another part of that energy. That's not what I want for you. That's not what you should want for yourself or for others or anything else. Okay, and I want you to hear the difference between these two, all right? I'm healthy because I'm healthy, right? I'm in love because I'm in love. Now, why? Why is it important that you're only re-saying the same thing? Check this out. If you start saying things like, I am healthy because I work out, what is it assuming? You need to keep working out to stay healthy. And you will. Like if that's your belief, that's what you're going to experience, right? If you're like, I have a happy marriage because we went to counseling, guess what? You're going to have some sort of or form of friendship counseling, somebody in your life that you're always going to have to rely on, right? By the way, there's nothing wrong with any of those things. But when you start creating caveats, when you start creating reasons, okay, then you create dependence, and that dependence creates your experience, right? And you're giving your power away to that dependence, okay? And so you're giving your power away to that reason. But when I'm happy because I'm happy, then that's it. That's a fact, right? And so you're creating a new mental fact. Just because that's what it is, right? That is what it is. And that's all that you need to do. So again, the power of but is you giving away your power. The power of because is you taking it back. Okay. So again, I want to give you this NLP technique, and this is called the Circle of Excellence. And I've used this before. It's still a very, very powerful technique, right? And so this is what I want you to do. I want you to imagine a scene where you're in a room, you're in a space, you're in something. It doesn't matter where you are, okay? But I want you to imagine a circle, okay? And the circle in and of itself has a ridge around it, okay? Now, I want you to fill this circle with anything that you throw the word house in there as well. What you're doing is you're throwing images or words into this thing. It's kind of like one of those like portals, right? And you're throwing it in and it's disappearing, but you know it's in there. Okay? joy, memories, whatever it is, throw all of that in there. You want more confidence? Throw confidence in there, right? You want to learn how to speak better? Speak. It doesn't matter what it is. You want a better haircut? Doesn't matter, okay? You put those in there, but you also put the feelings in there, okay? Now, on that rim or the outside of that circle, I want you to choose a color. Any color that you want. Pink, purple, blue, gold. Most people choose gold or purple, right? Now, what I want you to do is I want you to imagine this from the first person, okay? And I want you to put all of that in there. And every time you do, I want you to imagine that the color of that portal itself is lighting up every single time. Boom, freedom, boom, light up, right? Every single time. And every time your eyes are getting bigger, okay? And so what I want you to do though is now I want you to actually add a knob to the bottom right hand of your screen from the first person. And I want you to physically feel the ridges in that knob. So when you go to turn it up, you're going to turn up that color on the rim, on the ridge of that circle, whatever it is, gold, whatever. So every time that going back to throwing things in, you're throwing back everything in, boom, turn it up again, boom, right? And the color's getting brighter, almost to the point where you're like this, okay? And I want you to keep doing it. I don't care how bright it is, okay? And I want you to feel that energy coming up, okay? Now, what I want you to do is I want you to feel yourself walking into the middle of this portal-like circle, okay? Now, sit there and just bask in that for a second, like 10 seconds, 20 seconds. It's all those things that you threw in there, the images, the feelings, the intentions, whatever it is, coming through you, not around you, not up around you, not where you can touch the words and the images. Nope, through you and through your body. Okay, then I want you to turn that knob back up again. Okay, and I want you to feel all of that coming through you, all that confidence, all of the dreams, all of the desires already coming through you as fulfilled. And I want you to feel that. And then when you think it's too much, turn the knob up again. Okay, and you want to hyper intensify these as being real and true and factual things you already have in your life now. And when you begin to do that and you do this every day, you're going to become a different person. You're going to become a person who has everything that you desire, which means you're going to start looking at things even in your life that aren't physically like there yet from a different perspective. And they're going to mean different things because maybe what you're seeing now is just a product of the past, which I would say you are. Everything in this world anyway is just the past world, right? And so anything that happens in this world is just showing you what your past beliefs were, right? You are coming now into this new person and this new being who has this day in and day out with any desire, okay? You will start seeing stuff coming your way before then. I want you to try this technique. Okay, and let me know if it works in the comments below, or check out my other videos and leave comments there. If you're looking for coaching, get in touch today. We're doing some specials with our coaching programs. The website is coming up and it looks awesome. And we do business coaching as well, with life coaching, ADHD coaching. So get in touch. Everything's backed by science, neuroscience training, psychology, behavioral science, all of the good stuff. So if you have any questions, let me know. I have a private free Discord group you can join. There's a link in my bio. So is there an email if you have any questions. But much love to you today. Try these techniques. Listen back to this once or twice and let me know your thoughts. Much love to you and imagine wisely.